and then they mess with it as well. But now, other than that, anything which, ma'am, you think that I've left out on, you can go ahead and talk about it.
Thank you. Actually, the spirit behind this whole exercise, this full throttle campaign is, it should become a motto of every Pakistani. Man, woman, mother, wife. And there are two people who I must talk to, two segments of society. One is the men. Yes, you are the real people, because initially in the program I talked of wives and women. Now
listen carefully.
The wives, okay, they are sitting at home and we talked of their intentional habits, but the man is the person who's in the line of fire. Now, all the men out there who are working in offices, who are in the government offices, who are working in the corporate sector, my request to all of you is that make this a motto. Honesty is the best policy. Always remember that God will only, the path of truth is full of thorns.
Of course.
Lot of humiliations, lot of insults, but always remember that there's a door of heaven waiting for you right there. Yeah. For the time being, if you do corruption or you're dishonest, for 6 months you can be the happiest person on this earth and you think the world is on your feet. But as you say, as Muslims also, we believe that God really punishes you. And there's an Urdu word which we use, ibrat.
Exactly. And then you are an example for other people to learn from.
All the men, remember that when you will say no to corruption, there's going to be a lot of opposition. You'll be the odd one out, and you might face
and you might go back home as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessary that you'll still be at the job. But then, if for one day you'll do it, imagine the type of heroism you're going to feel within yourself, that you took that initiative. And with that initiative, I must tell you that it's going to be a chain process and we need to start doing it. It just takes a single second to decide about it. It's just about saying no, and saying no has to be one of the very important characteristics of anybody.
What I suffered, Shahzad, only the prayers bring me back, not the money. That's the main thing a ma'am is talking about. कि इबरत भी होती है. Please try to understand that thing. कि the prayers will bring you back.
Even other than that, since we have talked about the role of women, we have talked about the role of children, we've talked about the role of men. Now let's talk about the role of community. Because since we're talking about having this campaign or going through with this campaign in full throttle, I think community gets to play quite a pivotal role as well. Now, what do you think on community level, what can be done to actually instigate or instill these values that way we have to say no to corruption? For example, you took an initiative that in schools after assembly this song will be there and children will sing this song. Okay, that's a brilliant idea. Now, how are we taking it to universities? How are we taking it to different offices, government offices? What are we doing?
Okay, so firstly, youth are the future. You are the future of our country. And if you go to the college and university students, about 6 months back, the chairman HEC and we had meetings with him.
Exactly.
And we have signed a MOU with HEC, Higher Education Commission. And the MOU is basically that all the university students, all the universities that come under the ambit of Higher Education Commission, they are going to be having anti-corruption awareness walks after every 1 month.
Right.
They have ensured banners of say no to corruption in all the universities. This is what my report is, and you can reach.
What we'll do is we will probably go to a university, to 1 or 2 universities.
1 hour credit course, 1 hour credit course in the curriculum.
Nice.
Then we are trying to have essay competitions, and we have already started doing it. We have received the most intellectual. Even I could not write those essays. Young university students, an essay competition, and then after every week their declamation contests, where they're talking of say no to corruption, and such powerful speeches which I got to read. Then we have also, on the directions of Chairman NAB, we have got 40,000 character building societies all over the country.
Amazing.
That is an amazing thing. Then through madrasas, we have started talking to the religious ministry now. On weekly basis in Jummah prayers, we have this sermons. So we are trying to talk to the clerics that they should be talking about this in their sermons. And at the end of their sermon, say no to corruption, because this is what God wants and this is what the Holy Quran says.
And then at the same time, ma'am, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to appreciate your hard work, because of the fact that all of these mediums and tools you're talking about are the ones which are actually going to take us way beyond where we are right now. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, what we are going to do is that we're going to share a trailer from the movie, and when you guys are going to come back, we'll have small messages and then we'll wrap up the show. So go ahead, take a look at this trailer.